All right, kiddos, welcome back to the final tutorial piece, at least final tutorial video for our flip tiles game. So the last part is going to be dealing with the results, the right click, wrong click, and making sure that we have more than one level. So now let's, again, in usual fashion, we're going to copy the commenting, okay, and put it where it belongs. So the first thing we're going to be doing is, I believe, the show puzzle method. So in show puzzle, go through the matrix and reveal all the squares. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to go through the matrix, and as we've done before, we've done that by creating for loops. And so I'm going to actually just copy this right here, and this should end up working quite well for us, except I'm going to just have to make some semi-small modifications. So all we got to do here is we're not actually creating new tiles, we're not adding objects. All we're going to do is we're going to do dot reveal. Okay, so we've got a nested for loop here. Okay, this is what we call a nested for loop. We go through, I is going to be 0, and then j is going to be 0. So the first thing that it'll go through is I will be 0, j will be 0. It'll reveal that one. Then it's going to go through j equaling 1. I is 0, j is 1, reveal. I is 0, j is 2, so 0, 2, reveal. And then, of course, it's going to be equal to size. So then it's going to go up again, go up to I, and then it's going to go puzzle. I is 1, j is 0, reveal. I is 1, j is 1, reveal. Okay, so it'll go through and should reveal everything for us there. So we'll compile that, and it's happy with us. And then we're also going to do correct click. So we'll copy this again. We'll head over to correct click. Up we go here. So 2 more methods to fill out. Paste that down. Okay, and I'm just going to figure out the commenting here. So in correct click, add a new result showing that the user got the puzzle right. Okay, so reveal the puzzle completely and have the program show that this for a few moments, then remove the results and start a new game 1 square bigger. So this is quite a bit. So now we also in there, I don't think I have it in the notes, but we need to make sure that we are adding to correct click. So I'm going to put just above here, add to our correct click counter. Okay, and so counter plus plus. So that's keeping track of our points per game. So on the 3x3 board, it'll keep track of points, and then it's going to set back to 0 when we get to the 4x4, set it back to 0 when it gets to the 5x5, etc., etc. It just keeps track of that particular level. So we've added to our counter, and now we don't want to show a new result yet. It's when the counter is equal to the size variable. Okay, because remember that size variable is keeping track of how many black squares we're going to have. So when it's equal to the size variable, if counter, or sorry, I called it counter. It should be correct. Correct. Okay. If, okay, correct. There we go. If correct is equal to size. Okay, add a new result showing that the user got the puzzle right. Okay, so we're going to have to create a new result. Okay, that's that smiley class that we're using, and that's all filled out for you. You can take a peek around it just to understand how it works. That would probably make the most sense. New result. Okay, and we'll send it true because that is the parameter that that class takes here. So we're going to head over to result. Okay, so if correct, set image to image correct. Otherwise, set image to image wrong. That's how that result class works. So it takes a Boolean variable and goes from there. Close that out. And we also have to add that object. Okay, so we're going to add object. Okay, somewhere near the center. If we are dealing with an even numbered world, it's going to end up not being exactly centered, but we'll just kind of make it somewhere around the center of the world. So we're going to add object R, get width divided by 2. Okay, and that's going to happen because remember our squares or our width of things is done by 75 pixels, right? So if we end up with, I guess, an even number of squares, we can't put it right in the center. We have to put it off to one side, and the program will just kind of round it up for us here. And so get height divided by 2. And then we are going to reveal the puzzle. And that's pretty easy because there's a show puzzle method that we've created already. So we can call this. And that's all we got to do for that. Okay, the next part. Have the program show this for a few moments and then remove the result and start a new game, 1 square bigger. Okay, so we are going to just use a delay, easy peasy. So greenfoot.delay, and we'll delay it for 100 iterations there. And then we will, of course, want to remove that result object. And I'll put it under the commenting. Okay, and then so remove object R. And this is why, of course, we've stored this object before instead of just saying add object, new result, true. Okay, we stored it just so we could remove it right after. Okay, and then we are starting a new game, 1 square bigger. So this is also pretty easy too. Right here, we're going to say greenfoot.setWorld. And we are going to set it to a new lined puzzle of size +1. Okay, so it's going to be 1 bigger than the other was. Okay, so let's compile. Capital P. All right, great. So we'll go back here and let's see. It says run and test this part out. You should have a happy face that shows up briefly with the correct pieces showing, and then a new game of 4x4 squares should appear. So let's try and make sure we get this right. Okay. Happy face and new puzzle of 4 squares. Rad. Okay. So then oh no, I closed my game. That's okay. We'll go back and do that. Next thing, we're going to do wrong click next. So this is if we get something wrong, then it's going to add a new result showing that the user got the puzzle wrong. It'll reveal the puzzle completely, have the program show this for a few moments, and then remove the result and start a new game of the same size. So I'm going to go back to program here. Okay, we're back in. All right, so in wrong click, add new result showing that the user got the puzzle wrong. Okay, that's going to be our first part. Reveal the puzzle completely. Have the program show this for a few moments. Then remove the result. Start a new game of the same size. Right on. Okay, so this is going to be really similar to our correct click method. So I'm going to actually copy and paste this. Okay, so we'll paste this here. Now, we don't actually need to add to a correct counter, of course. Okay. So, and it just says add a new result. We actually don't need to see if correct is equal to size. So add a new result showing that the user got the puzzle wrong. So we've got to, of course, take this. Okay, and we're going to say false this time, right? Okay. add the object, show it, okay, show the puzzle, which we've done, reveal the puzzle completely. And then have the program show this for a few moments. So of course, the delay is what we need here. And then remove the result. So very similar again. Okay, and then we're going to start a new game of the same size. So just like this, and no +1 on that. So I know I did a lot of copying pasting there just for time purposes, but let me go through and explain this again here. So we're calling wrong click, so we got to create a false result. We've got to add that to the world so that we can actually see that it's a wrong sad face. And then it reveals the puzzle completely. Okay, so by calling show puzzle, we then delay that and remove the object after 100 iterations of the act method. And then we start a new game of the same size. So they've got to basically try to redo that level. Okay, so let's test this out. This should be our game here. Run. All right, there. Okay, great. I'm going to get one wrong just to show you. Oh, sad face. Okay, there's our 3. There. Happy face, awesome. Okay, so I see those. Let's get one wrong just in case, just to show you how it works. Okay, there's our new squares. I'm going to try and remember these. Awesome. And so as you can see, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. You can add all sorts of things. You could add timers, you could add accumulation of points, whatever you so choose. But this is a basic tutorial on how to do a tile game. As you move forward, you can kind of use this as a bit of a template, but again, make sure you understand what you're doing and where it's going with this. And you're going to have to if you change it up and make it a really interesting tile game. So that concludes the tutorials for the Flip Tiles game. Hope you enjoyed it.